This is a stick of chewing gum. It's mint, because who loves cinnamon? But after learning what I just did, I don't think I'll ever chew gum again. Maybe some of you know where chewing gum comes from, but I guarantee that most of you actually don't. Like any good story though, it starts with an adventure.
Everyone's first guess is that gum comes from a tree. Well, it used to. And now, the truth is pretty gross. Let's meet a few characters of this story. Arturo, master guide in Mexico. You've seen him before. My main man Ben, behind the camera. And Muyo. He's a chiclero, a chewing gum maker. One of the last. And also, a poet. His favorite topic? Love.
Si un día, por cosas mejores, te vas de mí, sé que no podré detenerte, pero sí algo te puedo desear. Buena suerte.
We're going to learn about gum, but also love from this man. Like finding love, making chewing gum is a dangerous job. We're in his hometown to meet him.
This is a 1,000-year-old ceiba tree, a sacred tree of the Mayans. They call it the tree of life. And here we are in Soferino, which is a small town of 800 people in the middle of Yumbalam National Park. That is called Lord of the Jaguars in English. Here, there's no one, no tourists, only a few locals, but that's where the magic is, and that's why we're here. We're at Muyo's house, and generally behind the scenes we got to barter to make things happen. So in this case, Muyo's our chiclero. He doesn't do it very often anymore. His father did, his grandfather did, it went all the way back in his lineage, but now there's other jobs that are easier and better. And as we know, it's not a big market for natural chewing gum anymore. And to convince him to go back out and do this very hard job of making chewing gum, he requested one thing. 10 shotgun shells for his split action. And in return, he'll show us how he makes this.
Looks like cheese. Tastes like... We'll find out later. Let's meet Muyo. You'll love him, especially his laugh.
Soferino es mi tierra natal, aquí nací. Soy pescador, albañil, vaquero, escribo mis poemas. Soy conocido como el poeta del amor. También canto. Me gusta la música romántica. Soy romántico al 100%. Pues el chicle lo aprendí desde niño, desde la edad de 10 años. Mi papá se llama Don Cornelio, era un excelente chiclero el señor.
En este tiempo, ¿hay muchos chicleros?
Somos un grupo de 8 personas que trabajamos actualmente el chicle. Somos hermanos, algunos han fallecido, de los hermanos que quedamos. Tenemos en las manos y el conocimiento del chicle.
¿Por qué eres tan romántico?
Yo actualmente tenía una, pero no funcionó nuestra relación.
Es difícil a veces.
Solo buscaba lo necesario. El día que no saqué de mi bolsa para darle aquel amor, se murió. Fui un hombre muy borracho, muy drogadicto. El alcoholismo y las drogas no es la solución para curar de un amor perdido, un amor fracasado, como digo. Cuando aprendes a dar amor, aprendes a valorar. Es una alegría para mí compartir con ustedes lo poquito que sé también como chiclero y conocerlos a ustedes. Wow, es algo que como poeta pues no lo puedo ni escribir. Pues la alegría es algo que... También. Muchas gracias por invitarme al proyecto.
Muyo's mother, Saturnina, explains how they do it.
Cuando estamos en el monte, con un zapote, ¿cómo ellos hacen el chicle?
Sí.
¿Cómo hacerlo? ¿Conoces?
¿Cómo se hace?
Sí.
Desde abajo.
En el árbol.
Si cortas tu soga,
Sí.
muerto.
Ajá. ¿Y el líquido del árbol, qué color es?
Es blanco.
Es blanco.
Es blanco.
¿Y cómo recogerlo?
Pues solito se mete en la bolsa y se llena la bolsa en el tronco.
Y después a la cocina.
A la paila.
A la paila, paila like a big bowl.
Luego,
And then
luego a cocerlo. y se quema tu mano así enfriado,
Sí, sí.
caliente,
¿Y el sabor es como que?
de dulce, está oloroso, bueno.
Poquito dulce.
Sí,
Ah. ¿Añadas azúcar o no?
no,
No, solamente
Solo
el azúcar es natural.
es natural.
¿Quieres chicle?
Sí.
Okay, bueno, we'll be back.
Sí,
We've got a mission.
ándale.
We'll find you some chicle.
Muyo told us it'll take a couple days to find the right location and sets us off on an adventure.
This is our map. Arturo, tell us what's going on here.
So we've been driving in this road actually. For
And it goes
quite
like this?
some- Yeah. So we're here, right here.
Right.
Like in this intersection. So this small like jungle road that you see over here should be exactly this here. So we're turning right just to see how the road is towards going this lagoon here. Yeah, but it's more like this, and this is the town here. So Torino.
Absolutely guarantee
100%.
we are getting lost.
This jungle is dense. Jaguars, snakes, and surprises.
You guys are into some exercise? I have my axe here.
We thought we had a path. Turns out nature had a different idea.
So we have to
I would be
Here.
a little scared that the whole tree will fall.
this one, cut it down,
Yeah.
and if it starts to fall down, we can cut that one.
And now we're playing this strange game of Jenga, trying to pull out the supporting trees, not quite sure when it's going to tumble with a thundering crash. But either way, it's blocking the road. So we got to clear it. Come on, Arturo.
Finally, back on track. Hard work, but I'm told this place will be worth it. And no, we need our cameraman Ben. Let's not leave him behind.
All right, right up, that's... Campsite for the night. Well, not yet. We got to clear out this thicket. One tree in particular. Arturo, come here, bro. Tell the people about this mother effer.
So this tree, we call it here in the Yucatan Peninsula, Chechen tree. And it contains a toxic sap that it can produce like second-degree burns and blisters from a compound called urushiol.
We should put some in Ben's sleeping bag later.
And we don't want to have this around, you know, because we might get fever and heavy blisters, like no joke. Actually, I have to be very careful right now because I'm wearing flip-flops.
Oh shit, so all of this Chechen. Oh, dude, it almost touched me.
Yeah, so we have to be careful and clear all of this if we are planning to camp here.
Totally got some on my finger. I can feel the oil already.
Yeah, be careful. No, don't lick it, bro.
Don't lick it?
Don't lick
I
it.
shouldn't lick it?
That's one of the...
How do I get it off?
Take some soil and rub it.
Want a wet willy? No. I know, I can feel the oil actually a little bit. I think I can. Now I'm all paranoid. All right, let's cut these bitches.
So you have to pull it like that. See?
Like
Like that.
oh, look at you.
Yeah, you see? Like this.
Yeah.
Then you take it out, bro.
Yeah, I see.
That's how you do it.
It's like you were born here. All right, let me try one. Okay, just take the koa, take the machete,
Yeah.
and you
Try to like...
find that root and just
Yeah.
hook it out. Oh, that's my foot.
Try to lever it. You don't try to cut it. You try to like, yeah.
Like that.
There you go, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, you see?
Chechen remover.
Yeah.
Called pest
Yeah, now
control.
you know the secrets, the magic trick.
This might take a while. We'll check back in a bit.
The team gets to work removing the plants that can give you second-degree burns. We want to set up quick before the sun goes down, because, honestly, there's a lot of crocs where we are.
Base camp pretty much set up. I want to show you a few things. Come with me.
This environment where we are right now, this ecosystem, is extremely rare. It's found only in a few isolated spots in the Caribbean, and I want to highlight a few features. Number one, these are orchids. We believe they're called cow hoof orchids, and they're growing on the side of this tree. Number two, this is one of the original dragon fruits, right? Dragon fruit actually came from here, and it's this creeping cactus vine. All these guys here are air plants. This is all called epiphytes, things growing on other things, epiphytes. So we have air plants like you see maybe in your home. Some of them are flowering. Where's that one you showed me, Arturo? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, look at the very beautiful color, purple.
A couple clues about the ecosystem, right? So the air plants need moisture, so maybe there's a lot of mist coming off the lake in the morning, as well as, look at this, snails. Snail shells, no one's home. But the water, when it does rain, would come all the way up to our campsite and probably flood this. There are a few black mangrove plants here too, but none in our campsite. But for now, we have about an hour until sunset, and there's a really unique place nearby. It's a cork tree lagoon, and it might be a bit chaotic and messy to get to. We do have a couple canoes here. There should be a path. Let's check it out before the sun sets. I guarantee you though, if it is like the legends say, it's madness. Let's check it out.
Moyo said there's kayaks there, and we do find the path.
Okay, easy does. Wow, it's so clear. Look, that's it right there. The entrance to the forest. Just about dried up. Come on. Okay, yeah. Would rather not walk around in that water, but it looks like we won't have to. Into the dark woods we go. The secret path. Oh my good Lord. Look at this place. Gentlemen and ladies. Wow. Welcome to Corchal. So peaceful. So quiet. Just a few birds and a few frogs. Yeah, amphibians. Chirping away. It's a bit like a maze though. It all looks the same, and it is getting dark soon. I have never seen a place like this before though. Look at these cork trees. Different than the ones in Europe, but still can be used for cork. Oh. Mother Nature.
The name El Corchal comes from the lightweight roots of these cork trees that were traditionally used as fishing net floats. The roots of these trees intertwine, forming a massive floating raft that moves up and down with the water levels of the lake.
Over and over again, I find myself in these places that are reminiscent of movie sets. It's like Lord of the Rings in here. Like a fantasy world where the witches brew cauldrons of potions, putting newt eyes and tadpole tails into magic spells.
These floating cork forests are extremely delicate and rare, with only a few existing in the Caribbean.
Ben, isn't this sick?
Insane.
Hold on, car crash. Ah!
Oh my days.
Paddle 5, man.
This is so sick, mate.
It's incredible in here. All right, we talked about cork, right? Like a cork tree, like a cork in a wine bottle. This is different, but kind of the same. Oh. Look at all these beautiful little air plants. And these cacti, right? Oh, don't step there. Oh, wow, these are orchid flowers. Look at that. Incredible. Yellow, red, covered in ants, like everything out in the goddamn jungle. Epiphytic cacti. Hard as a rock. Huh. So cool. Ben, can we get a shot of this orchid somehow?
Here you go, sir.
Yeah. It's rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Well, I'll have to say adventure complete. I have not been eaten by a crocodile, haven't flipped this thing over, and also don't want to be in here when the sun goes down. Nope, no thank you. There's definitely some sort of ancient Mayan ghost that will eat my soul. So, tomorrow we've got a big day, right? We're meeting our chiclero, our man who is tapping the trees, and we're gonna see how this chewing gum thing all comes together. Just gotta get out of here first. A little lost.
Sun sets fast, and when we get back to camp, we see two glowing eyes in the water.
You have to go from behind, not from the front.
Look at this little guy. We ate someone just like that in Congo, didn't we? Though that was an alligator, this is a croc, and you can tell by the teeth here, look, they stick out past the gums. Also, this little guy was probably eating frogs, the fish, everything nearby our camp. Interesting thing about these guys is while they can close their jaws like a bear trap and snap your fingers, they can't open them very well. There's not a lot of strength there. So if I squeeze, he can't really open his mouth. But at a certain point, I gotta let go. And I gotta do that quick, or else I might be Four-Fingered Mike. It's kind of a cool nickname, right? Go back. All right, little guy. 3, 2, 1. Run away! There he goes. He's like, what the hell just happened? Alien abduction.
We leave the croc to tell his alien abduction tale to his larger buddies. We're finally off to find some chewing gum.
Welcome to the jungle. We've been trekking for a little while looking for zapote trees. Zapote is where the rubber comes from, the chicle. And there's some small ones here, like these. One of these, is it zapote?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but it's too small to
Ándale.
cut. We gotta find the big boys, thick ones, THICC.
This will take a minute. Let's jump into the sticky history of chewing gum. Way back, 2,500 years ago, 3 different cultures caught on to the idea. The Greeks chewed a tree sap called mastiche. Native Americans munched their gum from spruce trees. The Mayans and Aztecs in Mexico chewed chicle, a sap from the zapote tree. Now, fast forward to the 19th century, when American inventor Thomas Adams met with the Mexican president at the time who was trying to market chicle as the new rubber for tires. It failed, but Thomas thought, hey, we can just chew this shit, as it was better than the wax most people were chewing at the time. He then created his company, Adams New York Chewing Gum, and then in 1850 began producing black licorice-flavored gum called Blackjack, and later the famous peppermint-flavored Chiclets. Then William Wrigley Jr. blew up the chewing gum scene in the 1890s with tasty hits like Juicy Fruit. When it really took off, though, was in World War II, when chewing gum was included in soldiers' rations to stave off hunger, and its popularity spread worldwide. Post-war in the 1950s, we got the old bait and switch. Natural chicle sap got swapped out for synthetic stuff, making gum more elastic and longer lasting. And to this day, no one really noticed.
So then, if chewing gum isn't actually gum, then what is it? Yeah, it's tire rubber. Styrene butadiene, the synthetic rubber found in all kinds of different tires. And honestly, that's probably one of the most appetizing ingredients in modern chewing gum. But the next one, if you can believe it, it's even worse. Glue. PVA glue. White glue, wood glue, Elmer's glue. Not so tasty. But the last one, oh, you don't want to know. Polyethylene, the most commonly used plastic in the world. Also a main ingredient of plastic bags. If you can believe it, when you chew chewing gum, you're basically chewing this.
You can now spit out your plastic bags. Crazy, right? Well, that's modern gum. But let's finally see how it used to be made.
Moyo, dime otra vez qué hacen con tu ombligo.
Que de último lo levantó mi papá, lo puso en una bolsa y lo puso arriba. Pues pasó el tiempo, vio que no lo comió así un animal, nada. Volvió a pasar y ve mi ombligo arriba. Lo volvió a bajar y lo llevó en la casa.
And that's how you become part of the jungle. Throwing your umbilical cord out to the creatures. Soul of the forest, that's our man. People often associate jungles with scary creatures that can kill you. And while they do live here, you rarely see them, especially the big ones. But there are some here specifically that cause a massive problem you can't see because they're so small. And they're called the mosca chiclera. And if you can figure out the Spanish, mosca is fly, chiclera is the chicle trees. So the fly that lives in the chicles has a horrible disease called leishmaniasis, which is a flesh-eating parasite. And the chicleros, the guy who do cut down the trees, or tap the trees, a lot of them get these horrible welts that can actually kill you. It's very hard to cure. I had a buddy of mine get it a couple years ago. His name's Gareth. If you want to see the results and the treatment, he went through a year of treatment. Check out the link below. It's horrible, and that's why we've got long sleeves and long pants, because you don't want to get bit by the mosca chiclera.
Show him what you got underneath though, mate.
No, I'm embarrassed. Hello. Oh, new fashion trends. New Fearless and Farm merch coming out. Check the description.
After a while, we get to a good zapote tree. It's old enough and tall enough, and according to Moyo, should have enough sap to make our gum. Moyo cuts a palm leaf to make a spout, and begins the very graphic-looking way of tapping the chicle tree. It kinda looks like blood, doesn't it? We'll let him explain.
Y como ya cortamos este, va acá. Entonces, acomodamos esto acá. El chicle cuando cae, acá va a venir. El chicle va a caer acá y llega dentro de la botella. Bueno, esto se pone así. Esta es la seguridad de nuestros pies y la seguridad de nuestra vida. Hay que amarrarlo bien. Este amarre es el famoso puerquito. Son amarres que hasta que los quites se quitan de tus pies, hermoso así. Este trabajo lo aprendí desde la edad de 10 años. No hay chiclero que me venga a decir, no es cierto. Si no es molestia, si no estás muy ocupado, grábalo en el mío. Claro que sí. Ahora sí, señores, este fenómeno del chicle se va para arriba. Señores, el momento preciso. Se ocupan los canales para que la puya agarre. Pero graben bien porque esto no es toda la vida, chao. ¿Sabes por qué tiene resina? Tiene fruto. Me lo corto mi soga, Arturo. El que manda son tus pullas. Tu seguridad es la soga. Como dice el dicho, cada paso es mejor. Tuvo buena idea este que puso la cámara en mi cabeza. A esta altura no te vas a morir, pero... ¡Ay! Amigos, ¿para qué les digo a mi novia? Después que me enamora me dice amigos. Pucha, es que así yo no quiero, le digo. ¿Y qué quieres? Que usted duerma en mi cama, le digo, y sueñe en mis brazos.
After about 30 minutes of slicing and dicing and learning about love, Moyo reaches the top of the tree.
Hasta que llegué arriba otra vez. Ay, ahora diferente. Con una cámara. Bueno, señores, colorín colorado.
Moyo,
Ah,
qué buen trabajo.
Gracias.
Es difícil.
Este es el último,
El último.
pero es el más difícil.
Ajá.
Porque a veces como subes con pullas, se resbalan las pullas cuando estás bajando.
Ajá.
Y,
Y también una cosa muy difícil es no tocar
Ajá.
con el machete.
exactamente. Y uno.
También eso. Hey, it still worked.
Ya llegamos abajo, allá mira.
Gracias, bro. En México es como ba, ¿sí?
Mira, ya se desata el amarre. No cortamos la soga, gracias a Dios.
Don't cut the rope. Figure 8 knot does it. Actually, Moyo was saying this is the same kind of rope they use to lasso bulls in the rodeo. It's so rigid, right? Very stiff. Moyo went about 7 meters up into the tree, into the Y, and he expertly cut these troughs. And you can see all of the sap dripping down, right? Almost like a water slide. And eventually it'll collect down here on the bottom. Let's see how sticky it really is. Consistency of Elmer's glue. And if we rub it, you should see why it makes good chewing gum. The issue is when it comes out of the tree, it's full of liquid, right? And you have to get rid of some of the liquid. You can cook it, or you can just rub it, and eventually, it should turn into gum. Yeah. Look at that. Just like chewing gum you'd buy in a store. Just like that, right? Isn't that amazing? So imagine being some kind of bug, like an aphid, trying to suck chewing gum out of a tree. It'd clog your little straw. Also, if you get cut like this, it makes a pretty good bandage, right? So the sap leaks out and then completely covers the wounds. It's quite an amazing adaptation. And also, yeah, look at that. It's gum. But it takes a little bit more work to be able to chew it. And that is what's coming up next.
It takes an hour or two to collect the sap, and we head back to the truck.
We got the resin. Also maybe got stuck. Not a new thing for this channel.
Oh, I fucked up. I thought I took a cooked egg and it's raw. And it's now in my whole fucking... Oh, look at that. Oh. Hey, extra raw egg for the protein bar?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can eat raw eggs. I mean, out here, listen, protein's hard to find sometimes, so we like to stock up. Just make sure when you take the eggs, it's from the right side of the carton, not the left, because the left side's raw, right side's boiled, and you find out real quick if you made a mistake.
Look at this.
Oh. Question is still gonna eat it.
Obviously.
Back at Moyo's, we get started. Let's make some chicle. The sap goes in the pail, and Muyo carves a stirring stick.
All right, the resin, the sap has been added to the pot, and now we've been asked to leave because the first 15 minutes to half an hour, there is some secret process that unless you're a chiclero, you're Mayan, you are not allowed to see what that step is. Even on YouTube, even in real life, we cannot get past this barrier, and we're gonna respect it. So something's gonna happen that we can't see, and then we'll be back. Oh! Looks like some kind of sugar candy.
Van allá, se quedan allá, hombre, si echamos acá.
Try.
No, pues si te dejo, cuando fuiste yo te seguí, yo fui, digo, no, porque...
Wow, it's thick now. We have about a basketball. We had maybe 15 liters. Boiled down to about a basketball size. The pot's still really hot, and it's still evaporating some of the liquid. Why do you wag it like that? What does the back and forth do?
It's making the fibers to intertwine together and make it more elastic.
All right.
We take turns stirring the sticky brown mess.
Who's in? How's it been?
Surprisingly hard, mate. Just look at my face.
Yeah, better leave it to the professionals.
All right. There's a few indicators of when it's almost finished. Number one, it gets thick. This is very thick. Number two, there's something that they call the stomach of the deer that starts to show up. These big, long bubbles. Wait for one. You'll see it in a sec. Like that, see? The Mayans say it looks exactly like the stomach of a deer, and it's like the last indicator before it's ready. Look at that. After about 2.5 hours of cooking, 30 minutes of those were the secret cooking, we're bringing it back to beside his house, and it's gonna go on concrete. From there, we actually wash it with soap, I think. Listen, we're on this together. I don't exactly know the steps. We'll see for the first time.
Yep, with soap. So it won't stick to the concrete, I guess. Apparently, it all washes out later, though I'm skeptical. The gum dries in the sun, and as it begins to harden, gets put into wooden boxes.
We got about an hour to wait as the big globs of gum cool off. And we're talking about tattoos, because I've got some. And I asked if he had any tattoos, and he said not yet. But then he told me a really funny story.
Así cuando yo tenga mi novia, le voy a decir, mira.
¿Qué sería? ¿Qué diría? Tu tatuaje.
Corazón, un corazón.
A heart around his heart. And ¿qué diría?
Ese que dice, ahora soy como el viento y el sol. A donde quiera que voy, te llevo en mi mente, corazón.
Ajá. Poemas. Ajá, aquí en el corazón.
Ahí.
¿Tienes otros poemas?
400.
400 poemas. He's a man of love. Dime otro más.
Otro. Dice, el amor que siento por ti es como el sol que llevo cada día sobre mí.
All right, so I'm going to take some of these as pickup lines. Maybe use them on my girlfriend. This guy, I'm surprised he's still single, ladies. Come on! Get down here, Soferino. He is a man of many words. All of those words are romantic. I'll be here for the next hour and a half, picking up some lines, man. Dun, 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 dun. 2 blocks of freshly made chewing gum from the chicle tree by a Mayan chiclero and a gringo wannabe. I helped, right? Yesterday, they told me if I chewed it, it would cement my mouth shut. So we've now waited 24 hours and they're mostly dry, and we're gonna give it a shot. I'm just missing the team. Team? What do we think? It is real chewy and tastes a bit like soap, a bit like my fingers. a bit like forest floor. When I first found out that the chicle tree was from Yucatan and that hey!
Oh, it's stuck on my teeth.
that we had been chewing plastic bags for 60 years, it blew my mind. I felt like there was a giant lie. The truth wasn't being told, and so we're here, had a massive adventure to get this done. This will be gone forever soon, so I'm happy we got to show you how it used to be done. So, my question for you is, would you still want to chew a plastic bag? Did you know this already? What do you think? Maybe you knew it was all a giant lie. Maybe not. Let us know in the comments and maybe share it with someone who still chews gum and doesn't know the truth. This is Ben behind the camera. We got Arturo, El Mago, my man here in Mexico. I'm Mike of Fearless and Far. I just got some chewing gum in your hair, Arturo. And I'll see you in the next adventure. Later.